Thank you, Bishop. I think if as Christians we are to be like Christ, I think that's me already using one of my forgiveness, and I've got 76 left if I'm accurate. Yes? Thank you, Bishop. I would now like to call up ELIAS MASILELA to give us a bit on today and shed a bit of light on some changes to our program. Elias?
Dumelang, lekay, sanbonan. Mine is going to be a less intellectual one. I can see there are people on the floor who have spent half their lives learning, and therefore I'm not going to try and sound smart. What I'm going to do is three things. One is start with where most people end. Thank necessary people. Two, I'm going to apologize. Three, I'm then going to give you a sense of the journey that brought us to here tonight. I need to thank the people who have made everything possible for us together in such a wonderful environment. The first of these people will be you, for braving the cold and coming out to Parys in the middle of winter. Many people who were invited to this were saying, "Ay, asihila potsina giabanza." Mostly people from Swaziland who are used to the African sun. But I would like to also thank the organizers that put this thing together under the leadership of Colleen. May she please stand up. So much as we were scared about coming here, and we've termed this an expedition of number 43, of the number 43 legacy. It turns out that it is not so tricky after all. It seems like we're coming out of it better people. I would like to thank the hotel that has looked after us, even when we came down to inspect what they are capable of. They provided an exhibition that we could not say no to. And this is why we're here today. Thank you very much to the hotel and team. We would like to thank the people of Parys who welcomed us with open hearts. And over and above that, Bishop, they prayed directly to God to deliver a wonderful weekend of sunshine. Thank you very much to the people of Parys. More importantly, we would like to thank the congregation of Hatumahule Methodist Church who are with us tonight, who have made this possible. When we started preparing for coming to to Parys, we were advised that we cannot do anything without paying our respects at the Methodist Church in Dumahule. This was less than a month ago, but they've been able to roll up their sleeves and deliver a reception which is unbeatable anywhere. Abafundisi baseTumahule and part of the congregation are with us. May they stand up so that we see them. Lastly, amongst my thanks, I need to thank the sponsors. All this glitter that you have in front of you is not possible without them. Whilst there's a scroll that is going to be going running throughout the evening, I think it is important we name them at this stage. The first, in alphabetical order, no seniority. Argon Asset Management. Beef Masters. Boomer Consulting. Camisa. Creation Wines. CA Sales. May I pause here? There may be people who have an interest in CA Sales. The wines that you see in front of you are donated by CA Sales. But I will have to ask about Bitshopi to indicate at which stage we open the wine.
When the water has turned.
Okay. Thanks, Bishop. Then we have Dot Africa. We have MultiChoice. We have NMS. Old Mutual. Now, those people who are from the industry will say these things can't be said one after the other, but I'm going to say them. Sanlam. Straight. V&A Waterfront. And Bafumi. Now for my apology. I would like to apologize on behalf of our guest speaker, who is a dear friend and a sister to me. When she was identified to come and address us tonight, she was not requested. She was given an instruction which she could not say no to. And that is none other than the retired advocate Moroka. But unfortunately, somebody had to say no on her behalf. She was ready, but circumstances did not allow. And it's very important to contextualize this. When we're preparing to come down to Parys for the legacy event, we started this journey with a loss. It seems like, actually it is, we're ending the journey with another loss. On the 20th of June, 2023, our father in Trelawney Park passed on, and we made the decision as a family, despite that intervention of death, we were not going to delay or cancel this event. It was important to us to continue to celebrate his life and celebrate his contributions to South Africa's liberation. And that is why we're here tonight. As we're preparing for tonight's gala dinner, the mother to our guest speaker was hospitalized. And she called me and said, "Elias, I'm no longer sure if I can be able to attend. This is what has happened to our mother." And I said to her, we have no way of controlling what is facing us. If you cannot make it, we'll have to do with what was delivered at table. I would like to announce that in the early hours of this morning, Umama Motlana on the 24th of June passed on. And this is why the guest speaker cannot join us tonight. And this has necessitated an intervention from the family, Naba Bishop, to alter the program slightly and introduce something that we've never done before. The next item on the agenda is going to be an item to celebrate life. We were going to celebrate the life of Uktongo, but we find ourselves having to celebrate two lives. And given the nature of today's gathering, it cannot be as business as usual. We had to consider this intervention. And the MC is going to give us details when she comes back on stage. However, I did ask the MC that given where we are, it is important that we are less formal than we usually are in these gatherings. We need to be free-flowing. We need to be driven by the Spirit. And if the Spirit says, stand up, Ukali chorus, please go ahead and do that. If the Spirit says, stand up and come on stage, whether or do something else, you're welcome to do so. But of course, she's the MC. She can ignore me if she wants. The last item on my agenda is to give you an indication of how we got to where we are. For us, this is a journey in history. It seems like every year we are rewriting our history. Every year it gets better and better. This year is our 15th year of holding this event. And on year 15, for the first time of its history, we are holding it outside of the borders of the Kingdom of Swaziland. We do not know when next we're going to go back to hosting it there. To us, it feels like a second exile. When our parents left South Africa in protest of against Bantu education to settle in Swaziland, that was our first exile. With the developments that are taking place in Swaziland and us having to uproot this event back to South Africa, it feels like a second exile. The other history that is being made is that we are told by residents of Parys that this weekend's weather is the warmest since the beginning of this winter. That means they played well to give us this weather. There's somebody amongst us who's been trying to attend this event for the past 14 years, and that person has been failing. For the first time on year 15, she's been able to attend. And I would like to introduce her to this house because she's a very important person in my life. How I look, how I behave, or how I do not behave is because of her. That is my teacher from high school. Welcome, and congratulations for making it. The last bit of the history in this case is that those of us who've read the book Number 43, Gomakoko, how many of us have read the book? Okay. Those who haven't read, don't know the history, may not contextualize what I'm talking about. the books are being sold outside. But those of us who've read will know that the house never belonged to the MASILELAs from day one. The house belonged to the Mahlangus, who handed it over to the MASILELAs free of charge. I can indicate that the title deed of that property is a one-page document and has never led to a legal conflict. And the Mahlangus today are making history. They decided from the blue they are going to join us. And amongst us, Sinoma Mahlangu, which I would like her to stand so that is Chaba Simbon. Siyathokoza mama. Leading to today has been a very interesting journey. It started with the number 43 in SA golf event in April, which is held every year in Pretoria, which was, again, a successful event, and thanks to Colleen. This was followed Monday this week by the multi-choice Chairman's Golf Challenge, which has been set up to support the fundraising capabilities of number 43. And I'm glad that multi-choice is represented today. We then ended up in Parys. And yesterday, we had 2 events. The first was in the morning, a business roundtable breakfast, looking at what the future of the African youth will look like in our economies. This was presented by none other than Songezo Zibi. He will stand up so that you see him. Now, at that session, everybody walked out very bullish about the possibilities of South Africa and the continent going forward. And because Songezo will not join us for the rest of the evening, I have to give him his Magogo Award at this stage. It will not wait till the end of the evening. But as he comes up, the night before he gave his presentation, I said something to him, and he didn't fathom what it meant. I said to him, the first time Jacob Zuma attended a number 43 event, he became the president of the country. Songezo, come up. So that you know what I'm giving him, Axilikati Else Sageni. This is the Magogoism Trophy, specifically designed for this initiative. Thank you very much. Then last night, we had a cocktail, at which cocktail we introduced a dinner, a sit-down arrangement like this, sponsored by Sanlam. And at the end of the evening, we were taken back in history, and we had the opportunity of viewing Ilembe, the recent production by MultiChoice, Shaka Ilembe. How many of us have watched the first episode? I'm impressed. And we were with students from neighboring schools. They really appreciated it. And when they left, they said to us, it is going to be very difficult to fail history from now on. Then this morning, we woke up, not as early as we do in Swaziland, where we go for a 6:30 walk and run. We went to Dumahule, where we were received by our hosts, and we delivered gifts. It was an amazing spiritual experience. At this stage, I would like the Dumahule community, or representatives of the Dumahule Methodist Church, to stand up so that you see them. Thank you very much. With that, I would like to hand over back to the MC. Thank you.